On to the next round. We're gonna hop into the the Canelo and the Oscar beef. Because since a lot of people want to talk about that. Now, of course, Canelo and Oscar
want to talk about Canelo.
They beefing. They obviously beefing. So hopefully I get the callers that's been calling in that's been throwing comments in the comment section. Man, listen, I'm tired of y'all in the comments. I want y'all to call in. You ain't showing your face. You ain't showing your image. So all you have to do is just speak. I know that ain't that hard to do. So that being said, let's talk about the business at hand. Canelo Alvarez had beef with Oscar De La Hoya. Now, first of all, let's lay it down before we answer any call when it comes to this.
Okay.
According to Canelo, Oscar is unloyal. According to Canelo, he think Oscar is unloyal because when DAZN signed Canelo and got him trapped under this app, and of course, he can't be promoted like he's supposed to be. You got Deontay Wilder showing commercial on the Super Bowl, getting 330 million views. That's why he the face of boxing. On the other hand, Canelo, he's stuck on the app. And he like, man, this dude tricked me. Yes, he getting guaranteed purses, but he heard that Golden Boy got 90 million for their brand and then bringing Canelo Alvarez to the network or the app. Of course, Golden Boy have Ryan Garcia, Virgil Ortiz, and many more, Saddam Ali, and all of that.
I mean, they don't have a lot now.
He think that's not worth 90 million. He thinks some of that money should belong to his promotion company. He shouldn't be spending his own money for his own promotional company. He should be using DAZN money. So he think basically Oscar tricked him. Now, on the other hand, Oscar been applying pressure slowly for Canelo to fight Charlo. We talked about this last show when even Bernard Hopkins said Andrade's supposed to be fighting Canelo 2020. Guaranteed. And it's like, what? That's not what the network's saying. That's not what Canelo's saying. Canelo's saying he boring. What is you talking about Bernard Hopkins? So it seemed like they're on two different pages. Oscar De La Hoya said the same thing about the Andrade and Charlo. He said these fights will define his career and legacy. So did Chavez Sr., Barrera, Morales. Oscar said he will fly to Mexico City to speak to Canelo on his next upcoming fight. However, Canelo came out and stated, we only speaking through lawyers. He ain't coming to see me face to face. So what's your summary on what I just talked about? And what do you think about what Canelo had to say?
I mean,
I
think that Oscar has kind of proven to be not the most astute businessman. He's got some questionable practices. One is I'm a little, I won't say kind of confused, maybe misinformed, because I thought everything was hunky-dory in the sense that he got this man supposedly the biggest sports contract that's out there now. And if he is applying some pressure, I think that's good. I mean, this is a promoter. His job is, I have to be able to sell these fights in there, and then you're talking about fighting some guy named Murata that's in Japan or something like that. And if Oscar if he's looking within himself and saying, hey, I fought the best out there even when I didn't have to. And I think that this is the way to build a legacy and really build up a superstar. Then if he wants you to fight Charlo or even like an Andrade as part of your legacy, then I don't see anything wrong. But that's me as a fan. With Canelo right now thinks that he's bigger than his promotion, and that he thinks that he's bigger than the belts. And at this point, he thinks that he is the name.
He's not Ali.
He doesn't, but he thinks that way. I mean, he thinks that way. He can think all
he wants, but facts say otherwise. Facts say his numbers are going down on DAZN. He no longer the face of boxing. His stardom is dying. I used to make videos about Canelo, get a lot of views. Now I make a video about Canelo, it's like nobody really cares because they tired of him avoiding. His fans can't even ride for him. He's making the nation look bad. Forget Canelo, Brian. He making Mexico look bad. JoJo out here representing more so than the damn Canelo. So what I'm saying is Oscar does what he preaches. And that's him fighting the best. Even when he was a fighter, he fought the best when he was the cash cow. He fought so many undefeated fighters. When welterweight was the hottest division, and just like it is today, he fought when fighters was undefeated. Trinidad.
Felix,
Felix
Tito,
Trinidad, Tito. We talking about even Sweet Pea. May he rest in peace. And I could go on. He fought Mayweather and Pacquiao toward the end of his career. So Oscar is a legend if we're talking about his boxing legacy.
No, he fought AkHi Cortez when nobody wanted to mess with AkHi.
So I believe he preaches what he does.
Yeah.
So he's telling Canelo, you're getting guaranteed purses. Why are you mad at me? Because the fans wanted to see you to fight Charlo and Andrade, and I keep telling the fans, we're gonna give y'all the best fights, unlike Al Heyman. Even though he capping on that, Al Heyman is giving us the best fights. So people are applying pressure on Oscar, saying, listen, you keep complaining about Al when Al is doing a better job than you. How about make Canelo versus Charlo and Andrade and all those guys that define his legacy? He's getting pressure from Mexico City, from legendary fighters, and from the fans. And he's trying to apply pressure slowly. However, Canelo called witness protection on him. He called, a lawyer. Like, man, I ain't speaking to you if you're trying to persuade me to sign in this contract. You ain't gonna say the right words for me to sign this contract and fight Charlo and Andrade. And that's where I'm losing respect for Canelo, because I didn't see that coming from him. I thought Canelo will take his time cherry picking, and then he will fight a big name every now and then, like he did with Lara, like he did with Jacob. It's so far in between. It's like a decade in between. But it's like, if you're gonna fight a good fighter every decade, then it is what it is. You're not a Mayweather, but you at least a Canelo. But okay. But now he don't even want to fight a good fighter every decade. He want to, come on, man. That's like you in your prime. If you're going to fight your best fighters, we're going to see the best Canelo, let's see it now. That's why the fans are fed up. That's why his stardom is dying. Because you could bring a strap and force him to fight these guys on the coincidental list, but he'd rather give up his strap. Your pride in Mexico City to request a French fries title. He paid the WBC French fries title. He paid for that title more than he paid Charlo in order to fight him last year. So it's like, man, Canelo going so far and beyond and getting stripped of titles, then fighting the guys he was supposed to. And that's why his brand is dying. And that's why I think the beef is on between them, and it's going to continue on forever, because Oscar, just like he complained about Ryan Garcia, and we saw them, they had their little beef. He said, Ryan Garcia, you got to do what Virgil Ortiz is doing. You're not fighting the best. And then Ryan came out and fought Duna and knocked him out. So he was like, you know what? See, if you keep doing that, you're going to be a superstar. Your Instagram followers going to be real hardcore boxing fans. It was a little harsh the route he went. Ryan Garcia wanted more bread, and he got it. But at the end of the day, he fought the guy he was supposed to fight and knocked him out. So we'll see what Ryan does in the future. I think Ryan will live up to Oscar, not Canelo. Hopefully he does. But as far as Canelo's sake, he done ruined his image.
I don't.
He the cherry king when it comes to the sport of boxing. Not the face of boxing, the cherry king.
The cherry picking. So I think that you went a little bit overboard.
With what? With what?
Just this one statement to say that his his brand is tarnished and all that. I wouldn't go that far. I still think that there's an argument that he is the face of boxing.
How? When Wilder is doing 330 million views on Super Bowl, he has this promotion.
Yeah, because it's
that's
Super
more
Bowl.
than I know, but that's more promotion than Canelo have ever gotten for the past. I don't know how long he been on the zone. So what I'm saying is, Deontay Wilder's steady, linearly on a linear state. He's going. His stardom is increasing. On the other hand, Canelo is the opposite way. If so, he on consistent base. Like, he's not gaining any popularity because he's not facing the fighters he's supposed to face. He avoiding the fights. He cherry picking, and he's stuck on the app and don't give interviews because, of course, just like you said, journalism. If you ask Canelo to fight Charlo and stuff, he probably kick you out.
Yeah, but hold on. But one thing we want to say, I thought we did. Oh no! So that was for the Andrade, because I would say I thought somebody sent Charlo a contract that he did not sign, but I think that he'll fight Andrade and Charlo in 2021.
Man, you could think all day, but it don't look like it's happening because he out here beefing with Oscar. If he's gonna fight him, he would have fought him in 2020. That's a perfect year. You've been avoiding 2 fighters for the past 2 decades, and it's 2020. 2-2. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's your decade right now to prove yourself and prove all your doubters, and you choose to do otherwise. So he making Canelo fans look bad. He didn't make Canelo fans dig their own grave. They don't have no more excuses to make, so they start coming. I'm like, man, Canelo fans, I didn't destroy
I don't see where you see where
every
they stop
Canelo fan.
coming.
I done knocked out every Canelo fan, man. I'm talking about cold, like Deontay Wilder. I slept them.
Well, so
like,
one thing I want to say is that I'm not. I think I like to give an imposing view, but let's be real. Like, Andrade fought on a Wednesday on his last fight.
And what Marat fought on? What day did he fight on?
What
day he fought on? He ain't fighting. Okay, I see what you're saying. If you're gonna complain about who Andrade is fighting, but we talked about Gary Russell earlier. You gotta stay active when these guys are avoiding you. So Andrade is doing what he's supposed to do in order to get these fights whenever Canelo is ready, so he won't be rusty. Because Canelo keep blaming it on this and that. But it's really, he don't want to get schooled by these young guns. He rather focus on the fighters that's coming off bad performances like Saunders and them. So my point is, at the end of the day, Canelo is not avoiding Andrade to fight better competition than Andrade. He avoiding Andrade to fight worse competition than Andrade. So that's the bad part. But let me call my man real quick. Okay. I got a lot of people on the phone today. I appreciate every single one of my AkHis. Comment below who you thought won the debate. Me, Professor Nim, the caller, because I'm undefeated. I'm what Canelo wanna be. It's pound for pound #1 on split decision when it comes to debate. That being said, I appreciate all my AkHis. You know, we gonna put the guns down and the gloves up. Shout out to Rick India for winning by split decision, becoming a 2-time world champion at 2 different weight divisions. The Boogeyman. Shout out to Professor Nim.
3K, baby.
And like I said, everybody in the chat, subscribe below if you're trying to get smarter by the minute. If you're trying to get dumber by the second, don't. And listen to these casual fans, or AKA decafs, dumbass casual fans, because the casual fan ain't no disrespect. If you're a casual fan and you want to be a hardcore, all you have to do is attend the AkHi University every Sunday live on Split Decision. And hopefully, one day y'all will graduate from the AkHi University. And just like Dante always say, man, we speak the truth and nothing but the truth. We offer the book of the truth on Split Decision. So if you hate to hear the truth, man, you're going to hurt your feelings listening to us, and your eardrum might bust. So like I said, man, I appreciate every single one of my AkHis. Take us out, Professor Nim, while I keep it rolling.